Alright, I think we are running. I think we're running good, ready to go. Hello everyone, my name is Barrick, and I'm developing a game called Dread. And today, for the first time, I'm going to be showing off the new level editor and the new trigger system, which is kind of the event management system for the game engine. I'm really excited about this. It's a very complex but very diverse system, so we'll be able to make all kinds of really cool stuff with it. I'm just going to pop over and make sure that the stream is going. Looks like it is, so say hi Twitch, because there you all are. Hi Twitch. Alright, so we're going to pop back over here. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with Dread, which is probably a lot of you, I'm going to fire it up real quick and play the demo level. It's going to look a little bit different than the demo level that's in the currently downloadable version, because I've tweaked a few things and all that kind of fun stuff. But we'll still be able to show off essentially the mechanics behind Dread, so you can kind of see what the game's about, and then when I'm going through and making a level, you can see, why I'm making it the way that I'm making it and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to fire it up here. Single player mode. The controls, pretty simple. It's kind of a top-down action horror sandbox game. So here we are, we're in a little hallway. This is where we quote-unquote came in. And then open the door, and we see blood right off the bat. Never a good sign when you open a door. And you can see how the mechanics work here in that we kind of have a view cone for the player, and it follows the cursor, so you can look around and aim and all that good stuff. In this level, that would be what we have to watch out for. In this particular level, we don't start off with a gun, so we're kind of wandering around and exploring, hoping not to run into what's making that sound, and try to find hopefully finding something we can defend ourselves with. The colored doors that you see here require a certain corresponding colored key card. So for example, the green door requires a green key card, red door requires a red key card, so on and so forth. Pretty standard stuff, if you will. And let's see, so we'll close that door. And one of the neat things about this game, and one of the things that I love about it, is the kind of grayed out area that you see over here, because this is where we were, so this is what we've seen, but we're not actively seeing what's there right now because it's not in our view cone, and of course there's a closed door in the way, so we can't see anything that's going on in there. So if there's an enemy wandering around in there, we can't see them until we actually open the door and they enter our line of sight. So if the enemy is sneaking around right here, we still wouldn't see them because our view cone is blocked by like this block and this wall and the corner of this wall and so forth on and so forth. So there's a lot of exploration, a lot of atmosphere that creates. So then wander around. Oh, another blood spot. Oh, there's a blue key card. That's always a good thing. Generally when you find key cards, that's a good thing. Alright, and this is a fairly sketchy room, because can't really see a whole lot of where anything is. Oh, I saw something over there. But anyway, the enemies in this are them. They are essentially zombies. Cliche, I know, but all will be explained when I actually create the campaign for the game. And I've got a pretty good campaign story lined out. I'm pretty happy with how it sounds. I'm really looking forward to... Oh, hold on. Let's get over here and get this gun. Yeah! Eat it, zombie. Right in your face. Anyway. I've got a really good campaign planned out for this. I'm looking forward to making all the levels and all that kind of stuff. But I was really waiting for the trigger system to be complete before I create stuff, because right now with that demo level and also with the demo level in the current version, which is the version before this upcoming release, uh, there's not a lot you can do. There's a level, you can put bad guys in it, they'll wander around, you can put ammo and health and key cards and locked areas and all that kind of stuff, and there's switches in the game that in kind of as a placeholder for the trigger system, the switches, you have to hit all of the switches in a level. So if you put 4 switches, you have to activate all 4 switches. If you put 1 switch, you just have to activate 1 switch. But you hit the switches, and then, yay, you win, good job, and that's it. The new trigger system gives us so much more freedom. We can pretty much do anything that we want. So let's go ahead and pop into the level editor here. And today I think that what I'm going to do, because this should be fairly easy, and it'll be pretty fun to demonstrate how dynamic this system is I'm going to create what's essentially kind of like a survival mode. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to go in here. I'm going to make it so we've got a house. Alright, so let's go ahead and build ourselves a house that the player starts in. Yeah, that's pretty generic house shape. Let's stick a few rooms in here. Yeah, let's get rid of that one. That's a really boring house shape. Let's take it and make that a little better looking, shall we? Let's a little more natural. Alright, that's not natural, but we can fix that. There we go. Let's see. So maybe we'll have like this be the living room type area. This kind of be like a kitchen dining room area, maybe. Maybe if we were to carve this out a little bit, open that up. Yeah, let's do that. And yeah, it's cool. Let's make a little room there off to the side. Okay. And so yeah, we'll have like this will be kind of like a living room, dining room area. I like that idea. I'm gonna have this be like a kitchen, maybe. Maybe we'll put like a kitchen up here. Let's see. Should we put another one there? Another hole there? Yeah, why not? Okay. So we'll have this be like a dining room area. Actually, let's change that a bit. Let's remove that and stick that there like that. And have that be like maybe a little bathroom off to the side or something. And we'll make some bedrooms. Let's see, we'll have a hallway that goes down here. We'll maybe make this into a couple of bedrooms or something. Yeah, maybe something like that. Let's put a hallway here with we'll do it kind of more bedroom style, where usually in a bedroom you have a door in the corner instead of in the middle of the wall. Alright, that's looking a little more natural. And then we're going to have a yard out here. So let's go ahead and set that up. By right-clicking, it brings up things like world properties, which let us set up the default flooring, which is what we're going to use here. Let's see, which one am I going to use? I want to use this and make it green to make it. Let's see here. There we go. So there we go. Boom. Now we have a nice outdoor world to wander around in. Well, but except nobody has grass in their house, so we're going to have to put down some extra floor tiles here. Now we can do that in a couple different ways. We can open up the objects menu, which has all the different objects and stuff that are out there. The different blood spatters and various things like that. The characters, the floor tiling for individual floor areas to make things look better. And that's what we're going to go in right now. Is we're going to select this floor tile and see what we're gonna make here. That's a, let's see. Let's find there we go. We'll get a good kitchen type of a flooring going on there. Alright, let's see. We want something white is not all that great. And right now the colors are kind of limited to some of the default colors. Boy, that looks terrible. Let's not have a 70s house. Let's change that color a little bit into something that's more reasonable. Let's see, what's that? Yeah, that's pretty decent. That's black. Not great, but yeah, that'll work. I'd like to have a darker blue than that. But for now, I think, yeah, let's use blue. Wow, that is blindingly blue. All right, let's maybe some teal. That's not particularly great either. Yeah. So like I said, there are limitations on the color spectrum right now. There's only, I think, like 16 like pretty much primary colors. That's definitely something I'm going to be changing. I'm going to add a whole lot more, basically the whole color spectrum, so that you can tweak your colors and stuff like that. This blinding blue, we can tone that down and make it a much more reasonable color. But unfortunately, not yet. So let's see. We're also going to have a bathroom. What's a good bathroom? That's kind of a decent bathroom. Tile, I think. Okay, so let's place that there. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so we're going to go and we're going to go back to our regular dark flooring and kind of, oops, that's a little too dark. There we go. Wrong flooring, that's why. Okay, so we're going to fill in a couple of gaps there, and right now our bathroom tile is actually sticking out. We don't want that. So let's cover that up with some more grass. Okay, so now we've got some nice stuff going on here. Let's see, we've got I need a good color and style for the living room. Let's see, maybe we'll have some nice white color in the living room. Yeah. Let's say these people have a very nice white house for coloring. And actually, yeah. Let's make these rooms a little more colorful. We're gonna take and do I want to use blue? I don't know. Should I use blue? Let's see what blue looks like. No, that looks terrible. Let's try something a little more flooring like. Alright, I'm gonna do. That's just way too bright. Need something darker. Alright, let's go with that. Let's go with that darker blue that we had that first time there. Yeah. And then we're gonna do maybe yellow for the other one. Okay. So now we're starting to get a house put together here. Let's put some environmental objects in there. So we're going to open up the environmental objects window. Unlike pretty much all the rest of the objects, environmental objects can be placed, willy-nilly. I mean, you can place them wherever you want to place them. They're not locked to a grid per se. So let's take and figure out what we want to do as far as that goes. Actually, hang on. Let's take and start making the world here. Alright, so okay, so these are windows. And we're going to stick some windows. Let's stick a couple of windows here. Maybe put a door here. Stick a door there. And some windows there and there. We're probably going to need a couple more windows than that, because that's kind of like our living room area. Alright, so we'll stick a door there. Actually, no, that's not a very good place for a door. Let's stick a door. Let's see. First, we'll make sure it's a white door. There we go. So that we don't have to have a key card for it. Front door, I do kind of want to have a key card for because the intent for this level is to essentially limit the player on where they can be. So we want to keep them contained inside the house. We don't want to have them wandering around outside the house because this is kind of like a survival type situation. So instead, yeah, let's stick a window at the end of this hall. What we want to do is yeah, we want to have it to be more. We want to keep the player contained within this house, and the idea behind that being that we can then. Let's delete that. Put that there just to make it a little nicer. There we go. Looks a little better. We should put like a driveway out here. I should put a garage. Let's put a garage. Yeah, let's stick a garage out here. Actually, that fits really well with what I want to do. So let's make a garage. That's a pretty decent sized garage. Alright, let's make, yeah, let's see. If we do that, but we do it like darker, then we can have a nice, yeah, that looks pretty decent. Alright, okay, so, and then we'll take and erase one of the walls here. We're going to want to put a floor tile in there, aren't we? Yeah, fill up that gap. There we go. And we'll stick a door in there. Why not? Alright. So that will be our garage. And we're going to need, just for aesthetic purposes, let's take and put like a walkway going out here. Let's see, which style do I want to do for that? That's a pretty decent style. Yeah. Kind of like a deck. Alright, so let's take, no, I don't want to do that. Let's do that instead. And let's switch over and put some grass down to mask over that a little bit. There we go. And we'll take and continue our driveway out into essentially nothing because we're not going to be able to see out that far anyway, so why bother? At least from the interior of the house, we won't be able to. So let's see, if we take our green grass and we stick this here, there we go, that's looking decent. And there, and like I said, I'm probably just nitpicking right there, but you know what? Too bad. That's just how it is. Alright, so we're gonna stick that. That's my daughter you hear in the background there. Yeah, she's 2 and pretty adorable. One of the reasons why it makes it difficult to do a lot of dedicated game development on this is when you got a 2-year-old, it really takes a lot of your time away from stuff. Alright, so let's see, let's make that, and then we gotta take and fill that up. Alright, there we go. Okay, and actually, you know what? I don't like the way that looks. Let's take and fill, wrong one, over one, there we go. Fill that in. And then also, let's see, where is, there it is. And then, there we go. I'm going to take, ooh, that's going to be tricky. That's some tricky tile placement. Okay, well, I guess we'll leave that as it is. Because otherwise I'd have to redo the whole tile placement. And I don't really want to do that, bore you guys with that, because, yeah, that's probably going to be pretty boring. So let's take and replace the grass that we destroyed, and hope that we could fix that. There we go. Okay. And let's see, we got all of this kind of put. Alright, I think we got it pretty well put in place here. Let's put a couple more windows in, just for kicks. Alright, so I'm going to stick some more windows in here. I definitely need windows in the bedroom. Yep. Let's do that. In fact, let's make, yeah. Alright, that's good. Now we don't want to put too many windows in here, because those are going to essentially be our weak points. Those are where our zombies are going to be coming in and, you know, trying to break through the windows and get in and attack us. And we're going to have our character, our player, we'll stick him in the blue room. Ta-da! So we're going to stick our player in the blue room, and basically we're going to give all of these windows a certain value of health. So right now, if I go into their object properties, you can see that they've got infinite durability, which, you know, is good for defending zombies, but not particularly good if we want it to actually be a challenge. So we're going to change that durability to something like, we're going to do it 1,000. And why 1,000? Because 1,000 will give us enough opportunity to fix them without the zombies plowing right through them. And that would be bad if the zombies just plowed right through them. Save. Yeah, let's go ahead and save all of our windows to have the proper durability, because we do want them to be able to be smashed through. We just don't want them to be smashed through so quickly that the player can't react and walk around and fix them, because that's kind of the idea. We want these windows to be fixable, which is going to be really easy to do, especially now that we're giving them health. Okay, so we're going to give them health. Alright, 1,000. Alright, I think that's all of them, right? Yeah, I think so. I think we did the whole circle here. Oh, except that one. There we go. Okay. So now all our windows have durability, and we got a player in there. Let's go ahead and test this out and see how it looks when we're walking around. Alright, so we're looking out the window, and there's a lot of grass out there. And we're going to open the door. We can kind of look out the window there. Peek our head around the corner, look into the living room. That looks good. So we're looking out windows, and right now there's no zombies, so we're not seeing any zombies. And because we're not seeing any zombies, that's a good thing, because otherwise they'd be, you know, smashing their way into our house. So let's see, I'll look out here. That looks pretty good. And there's our little bathroom, quote unquote. And we're going to walk over and look in our yellow room. That looks pretty decent. Okay. And let's see, let's poke our head into the garage. Which will let us poke our head around there. Yeah. And yeah, that looks pretty decent. So we have a couple of like view arcs that we can see here. Can't look out through the garage doors, which are just the wall right now. but that's okay. Alright, so yeah, that's looking pretty decent. I like the layout of our house for now. Alright, so now that that's where that is, what we're going to do is, let's see. First, let's put a bad guy out here and just see, make sure you can smash through the wall or through the window like he's supposed to. Alright, where'd he go? Where did he go? It seems like our zombie is non-existent. That's odd. That shouldn't be happening. Let's toss another zombie in here and see what happens. If we put a zombie in the house... Oh, there he is. Okay, so the zombies are here. And he's eating my face. Oh no. Oh, well, that's an interesting glitch. Alright, well, I'll have to fix that glitch later. When you die, you're not supposed to magically be able to see the whole level. Alright, so this guy's probably just out wandering around, trying to find his way into inside the house, but it's hard to say where exactly he is, because AI kind of wanders off and does its own thing. So, being chased by a zombie. Okay, let's go ahead and destroy that real quick. Okay. So let's see. Alright. Let's start putting in the zombie system. So we definitely want zombie spawners. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start working with the trigger system. Alright, so we want to go somewhere that's outside the viewing area of the player. So, this should, about here is good enough. And we're just going to make a little block. The reason we're going to do that is we're going to stick one of our enemies inside there. And he's just going to chill. He's going to hang out here for the entire game. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a bunch of triggers, and we're going to place a trigger essentially outside of each one of these windows. And what this trigger is going to do, we have a lot of different options. Use collision, destructions, whether it's in the view of the player, timers, checking values, ands, nots, because the way these things connect, it's kind of a signal propagation type thing, and I'll explain that in a minute here. But for right now, what we want to do is we want to have this on a timer, so that every, I don't know, how often should we spawn zombies? Let's see. It goes by frames per second of the game. And right now the game is locked at 30 frames per second. So if we spawn a new zombie every, let's say, 30 seconds is the duration of 900. Ta-da! Very cool. Okay. So we're going to... Should we make that visible? Yeah, we'll make one of those visible. Yeah. Just one of them. That's kind of an indicator for how soon the zombies will come spawning in. Alright, so let's see what we're going to do. And actually, let's uncheck that because we're going to copy this. And by copying it... Okay, so we're going to spawn just one zombie every 900 frames. So roughly every 30 seconds we're going to spawn a new zombie. We're not going to make this particular one visible. But after we've placed all the rest of them, then we're going to make one of them visible, just so that we have a countdown timer and can see roughly how soon the zombies are going to spawn. And we may decide that we want to keep that. We may decide we want to get rid of that. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Very simple to do. So what we're going to do is connect this trigger to that zombie. And you see the little green line there that connects the two. Basically what that means is that this trigger will now spawn this zombie, a copy of this zombie and all of his little settings at this location. So if we take and we copy that, copy, alright, and it flashes to mean that we copied it, and we paste that, and we go and make sure that all that copied properly. Yep, okay, it did. Yeah, this is the debugging portion as well of the game, because this release isn't quite perfect, as you saw by the death glitch earlier. It stuff happens, so there's some tweaking that's definitely going to have to be done before this is released. Most, if not all, of the triggers are functional at this point. They should all be functional, but I've only been able to test it so much, so we're just going to have to hope for the best. And that it doesn't crash the game or something, which is very possible at this point. So, alright, so we've made this one, and we're going to take and connect all the rest of these triggers to that one, essentially a template zombie. So our template zombie is out there, and we're going to connect all of these triggers to the template zombie. And let's see here. Connect that to that. We're going to have a nice spider web going on here real quick. Alright. Okay, and connecting all of our trigger. Okay, so now all of the triggers will spawn, and when you hold shift, it makes you move fast on the screen, scroll faster, as well as it also shows all of the trigger connections that are currently existing. So we're looking around, and basically what this timer is going to do is it's going to spawn a zombie every 900 seconds. Well, not quite, actually, now that I'm thinking about the mechanics behind this. Because, alright, so timers work by essentially, it's like an alarm clock. When that timer goes off, it'll be active, and it's just going to sit there, and it'll spawn one zombie, but then it won't do anything else. Like, it's just going to be active, it'll do its thing, and it'll stay active so that the signal can propagate onto other triggers and whatnot. But it's not going to cycle. So if we want it to essentially pulse and create a zombie every 900 seconds, then we're going to have to create a secondary system here that is going to reset those timers so that they will function properly. Okay, so let's see here. We have a 900 set timer, so that's going to spawn an enemy every 300 or every 30 seconds or so. Let's tone that down just a bit for our testing purposes here. And let's have it do it every second. So it'll spawn an enemy, and then it'll just be on, and it'll sit there and just hang out. So what we want to do is we want to have it so that if it's on, then we're going to want to have another timer that will reset it. So we're going to set that timer to just 1, because all that timer is doing is after it spawns, this timer will then take and stop the other timer. And what stop timer does is it resets the timer back to 0. So that will then activate that trigger. Okay, so when that's active, it'll spawn an enemy, and it'll activate this, which will then take and go back and activate that. So that will stop that trigger from activating, essentially. or stop or reset that trigger. So it'll reset that trigger, that timer, and that timer will go back to 0. Cool. Now, what we also need is one that, let's see. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have it so that we have a not here, and that's a logic gate. And what that not is going to do is, and we're going to have that also on stop timer. Okay, so what this not is going to do is when this timer is on, then it will activate that timer, which will then turn that timer back off. But when this timer is off, this trigger will then deactivate essentially the reset timer. I think that will work nicely. I think that will work just perfectly. But I don't know, so let's give it a shot and find out. Look at that. Apparently it's not doing anything. Or am I looking out the wrong window? Is there another window over here? Nope. I'm looking out the right window. Oh! I'm very silly. I'm very, very silly. Okay. Nothing has started that timer. That's the problem. So, alright. So we're gonna have to I'm just gonna stick it out here to maintain that spiderwebby type appearance. So on level start, what we're gonna do is we're going to have it set to none. So basically all that that's gonna do is when the level starts, it'll send an activation signal to that trigger, which will start this trigger timer loop system that we have created. So let's try that. Whoa, look at all them zombies. All of a sudden there's a fleet of zombies out there. I think something went wrong. Alright, let's see. Something is flawed in my logic plan here. Alright, let's just go ahead and delete these for now. And see, and make sure that the spawn trigger is working properly. Whoa, now we're lagging out hardcore. Aha! I know why. For some reason, and I shouldn't be doing this, but that timer is just spawning just a ton of enemies to the point where it's actually it's crashed the game. Alright, so let's go in and we're going to fix that. Alright. Let's take a look here. So we're going to go into the trigger script and we're going to modify that script so that, let's see, look, set value, where is spawn object? There it is. Alright, so here's our spawn object case. Alright. For spawn equals spawn num. Okay. Let's see, where is our spawn once? I don't think I have a spawn once check in here. Because that's what it's supposed to do. Is it's supposed to have a spawn once check so that it will yeah, spawn num, hold spawn num. Where's spawn once? Did I not do that? I could have swore I did. Okay, well let's go ahead and put that in there. Why not? Okay, spawn once. Actually, let's move that up to the block of code where the rest of them are. Alright, spawn once equals 0. Alright, now what we're going to do is go into here and let's see. When active. Okay, so if we'll do an if check here. If spawn once equals 0, then do the actual, spawning of all of the stuff. Alright, let's indent that. Keep our code clean. Alright, so if spawn once equals 0, we're going to make spawn once equal 1 at the end. So this block of code, all of this blah 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 blah, is what actually takes and copies the object that we've connected to the trigger and then spawns it outward. So if spawn once is 0, then it'll spawn. But once the spawn once is not 0, then it will stop spawning. So it's only going to run through the spawn loop once and only spawn the number of enemies that we're supposed to spawn. So after that, what we need to do is that we need to have it so that if the event equals spawn object and the trigger is not active and spawn once equals 1 and that we're in the right room, then spawn once equals 0. So that will essentially reset it, so that when the trigger is then deactivated, it will spawn more enemies when it's reactivated. At least in theory. That's the theory that I got going here. Let's see if the theory is actually sound, or if we're gonna spam so many enemies that that crashes the game again. Woohoo! Gotta love it. All right. Let's take a look here. Dun, dun. Oh, and I gotta grab some of my coffee here. Keep the brain going with caffeine. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. What I would do, or what I wouldn't do without coffee, I don't even know. I would die without coffee, I think. It would be terrible, terrible, terrible thing. Okay, so let's check out our level. We're gonna open it up here. Open our level, which is my level. Ba-ba, there it is. It's always nice when the save system works and it doesn't corrupt things. I've had to deal with that so many times, but that's what happens when you're making a really, really complex system like this that allows for all kinds of weird stuff to go on. Alright, so, aha! We're not lagging out. There is our enemy. Good. Yay, hello enemy. And he's smashing through the glass, and it's definitely gonna take him a while to smash through the glass. Let's also make just a little announcement trigger here, because, and what's an announcement trigger? Well, I want to know what the state of the window is, and announcement trigger is not the actual name of the trigger. That's like the events or type. That's just what I'm gonna call this particular trigger. And actually, I can put this one singular trigger and connect it to all of the windows. So let's stick it over here. Why not? We'll have a spider web going on. Nah, well, yeah, just for confusion purposes, let's put it over here. Make it easier to see stuff. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this on not. Now, not is different than level start. Okay, on level start essentially does a pulse of the activation signal outward. So it pulses the activation signal and then turns back off, so that it's only active for a brief moment at the beginning of the level. Not, if it's just a not and it's not connected to anything, then it will send an activation signal forever. It's just a constant on signal, which is good because that's what we need for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to set life. Okay, we're going to use the set life event, but we're not going to actually set the life to anything. So we're going to set life, the value, to 0 and relative to check. So what it's doing is it's going to add 0 to the life of all of the windows it's connected to. And that might seem pretty pointless, and for the most part it is, but what makes this really useful is this little checkbox right here. If we set visible to true, then if I was to take this and swing it all the way over here and connect it to all of the windows like so, dun, dun, like that, we're going to see something really cool when I fire this up. We're going to see indicators. And these indicators will show us, look, these various walls and or various windows have durability, except for that window. That window is showing at negative 999. That's not good. We don't want it to show at negative 999. That's not the point. Where's our zombie? Zombie. All right, let's back out and try that again. Negative 999. I wonder why it's doing that. All right. Well, you can see that we have a durability counter now that's active. But you know what? I don't particularly like that, now that I'm looking at it, because we've got durability indicators all over the place, right? 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. It's all over the place. We can see essentially where the windows are before we actually look and see the windows themselves. And, you know, if we were in this environment, we wouldn't know that the window, what the state of the window was in, unless we were actually looking at it. So that's where a very cool trigger comes into place. And let's change that. Let's delete that. So we're going to just do a quick test one here. We're going to stick a trigger over top of, actually, no, not over top of. We're just going to stick it right here. And we're going to have that as an in-view trigger. So when we can see the window, and actually let's move it to the inside of the house. All right, so when in view, so when we can see it, that's when we're going to set life to 0, relative, and visible, and then attach that to that window. Okay, now let's see how that looks. All right, so we can't see what the state of that window is until we look at it. Ta-da! And if we look away, we can wander around. Now you see it stays there, but then it disappears. So we can see what the state of the window is for a little while, but then when we walk away, we lose track of what the state of that window is. So if our zombie was to take and smash through this window, and actually let's go in here and figure out what's up with this window. Window, I need you to not be infinite durability, please. That would be great. Thanks. Okay. Alright. So, oh no, he's smashing through. Now if we're looking away, we can kind of see the status and then boop, it goes away. Which is pretty cool, because then we don't know what the status of the window is unless we're actually looking at it. I like that. That is cool. I dig that. Alright, so let's take and copy that in front of all of our windows. Pasting, pasting, pasting. I'm just pushing Control-C and Control-V, the general shortcut for for pasting. But if you wanted to, you can right-click and there's a copy trigger, and you right-click and you can paste a trigger and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. There we go. All right. So let's see. Let's attach each one of these to their corresponding windows, which is going to be cool. It's going to look good. I'm going to like it. I'm going to like it a lot. Or not. Oops. No. Alright, this is actually a pretty good example. If we attach it to something that we don't want to attach it to, because we can attach things to walls and stuff, we can take and delete individual lines pretty easily. And that was a little bit of another bug there. That one, when connected to that, see, the red line, that giant red blarg of a line, shouldn't be coming from where it's coming from. It should be aligned with the line. So that's another bug I'm going to have to fix. Woohoo! I actually like finding bugs. Alright, there is one. Yeah, we can see it. That's interesting. We can actually take and see through a door. I'll have to fix that too. Alright, so let's see. There's our window status. Window status. Oh, that window's getting munched by the zombie. And you can hear that it's distance based. So as we walk away, it gets fainter and we can't really tell that we're being attacked. We're not in the right area. So, okay, all the rest of our windows are intact except for that one. That one's getting smashed. And now actually you can kind of see, if we take and look away from the durability for there, it's starting to get damaged. And it's starting to show some broken glass around the window, and kind of an example of the state of the window. And so this window's getting broken, it's getting smashed by, zombies. And, yep, it's starting to get broken, it's really starting to look cracked. So that's a good indicator for us to be able to tell, okay, well this window's about busted, we're going to have to do something about it real soon. So one zombie can smash through a window, relatively quickly, but I don't think too quickly for us to be able to react to. Alright, so we smashed through that window, and now we're getting chased by a zombie! Oh no! No! And we can't go through a broken window. That's something I'm probably going to change, though. Probably going to have... I'm still being chased by a zombie through my house. Alright. Where's he coming from? Yeah. That window's busted. So yeah, players can't go through windows, if they're solid or broken. And that's probably like he's just kind of wandering around in the living room. Or in the dining room. Cool. So that's something I'm probably going to have toggleable. Run away. In case we want the player to be able to actually, break down a window and go through it. It's all up to the level designer. And I can definitely think of some situations in my campaign where I'm going to want that to be the case. So, alright, so we got a very nice looking window smashing good stuff going on, and we can see what the status is of our and we just crashed. Interesting. Now that's an interesting crash. Why was that crash occurring? Window has inputs. It shouldn't be checking to see if the window has inputs. Oh, maybe. Let's see. That's a weird one. It shouldn't be looking for that. But it is. Alright. Well. Okay, well I know where it's checking, so let's take and make sure that what it's connected to, or even better, let's give it, because that doesn't have inputs, has inputs equals 0. That should never have inputs, because it's not a trigger. Now I can do that one of two ways. I can either set it to that, or I can set it to, I can check to make sure that the object, but it's easier to set that variable to 0 and just roll with that. So let's make sure. Okay, yeah, that fixed that bug. And it's just a graphical bug, so it's not like that's going to cause any problems in the future, in theory. But that's definitely something I'm going to have to watch out for in the future. Interesting. Okay, so we've got our windows, and when we look at them, we can see what their status is, which is cool. We've got... now let's work on our this thing, our spawners, because we want our spawners to be active when we start the level, when the level starts, so that it creates a challenge. I think that covered all of them. Oh, forgot that one. Oh no, I did forget that one. That's not one. Ha. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so that spiderweb of logic. Spiderweb of logic. It's beautiful. Okay, so now we've got all of that going on. now we're going to want to create that secondary system that we had before, but hopefully without it, flipping out like it did. So we're going to set that to 1. It's going to be a stop timer. Okay. Duration 1. Alright, and then we want our, what was it, a not? Yeah. If it's not active, then stop timer. Yeah, let's see if that works. Nope, doesn't look like it, because it should be spawning some more enemies, and it's not. So let's figure out, let's see. If that's on, and I think probably what we want to do here, that's a little bit of graphical error there, is let's extend that out a little bit and see if that fixes it. Because it might be trying to do it too fast. Or it's just not doing it at all. I wonder. I wonder if that timer is not working, or if it's not getting, or if let's see. Oh right, that timer's not even being activated. We have to activate that timer first. Ha, that's right. Okay, there we go. See, look at me. I can barely figure out my own logic. Well, it's still not spawning another enemy. Okay, so when this timer turns on, it activates this timer. And this is a not. Right? Right. So, when active, it activates. Okay, so when it's not active, how are we gonna do this? If this timer's on, I think we need to add a little bit of a delay there. I think that's the problem, is that it's resetting it too fast. So if we activate that, and that's a not, and not is connected to that, well, let's see if that actually just takes an... Oh! Duh! No, that's not the problem at all. I'm like, why is this logic not working? Okay, the problem is that once this timer is deactivated, nothing is activating it again. So instead of level start, let's change this to a not, so that it's constantly on. And if it's constantly on, then we're going to see, in theory, we're going to see this work. Yep, there it goes. Whoa, it's spawning a fleet of enemies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we need to stop that before it crashes the game. Oh man, that was way more enemies than should be. Holy damn. Now that was interesting. I wonder why it's doing that. Because it looked like it was kind of exponentially going up. So why it was exponentially going up, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I know why. Duh. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, so the reason why it was exponentially spawning enemies is because what the spawn trigger does is it makes an exact duplicate, right? Boom. And in doing so, it duplicates not only that, but also the connections that that particular enemy has with all of the triggers that it's connected to. So in other words, when this trigger is activated, it creates now essentially two of these, one here and one over here, so that when it's activated again, it takes and spawns two more, and then now there's four, and then when it's activated again, it spawns four more, and now there's eight, and so it's exponential. That makes sense. Okay, so let's see. How are we going to prevent that from happening? Because that is a runaway bad thing, and we do not want that to happen. I think that what we're going to have it do is that when it spawns an enemy and it adds that information to uh, other triggers, it's going to bypass adding that information if the trigger type is a spawner. If it's a spawner, then it's not going to duplicate that spawner information, because otherwise we're going to have runaway exponential spawning like we just saw. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to have to go into the code for spawning stuff. Okay, that's the window. We need the trigger object. Where's my trigger object? There it is. Alright, so we're going to go in here and we're going to look at, yeah, we're going to look at this. Set value, teleport to, teleport from spawn object. There's the spawn object. And we're going to spawn number, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so when spawning stuff, we want to, let's see, if input list exists with global.holdSpawns, because global.holdSpawn is the the instance that we've copied. With global.holdSpawn, input list equals dslist create. Yep. Input list exists equals 1. Now, that's if it's connected to another type. So we can duplicate its input, but do we duplicate it out to the individual triggers? Well, let's see. Let's try a fix and see if that works. If event does not equal spawn object. Okay. So if the event does not equal spawn object, then add it in. Okay. Perfect. That, in theory, should fix that exponential runaway zombie spawning craziness that we just saw. In theory. We'll find out if it actually does or not. Ah, Dread. Hello, Dread. Let's see if I fixed you. Load my level. Okay, so let's go ahead and just pop in there and see if that fixed it. Hey, look at that! Now we're only spawning one zombie at a time! Ha ha ha! It fixed it perfectly. Now the only problem is that we're spawning way too fast. Oh my god, we're gonna have 100. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so let's stop that. Let's stop. Yeah, let's slow your roll there, buddy. Slow your roll. All right, and we're gonna change these trigger properties. We're gonna bump that up to what? What did we say? 900 was it? That's every 30 seconds, right? And let's see what it looks like as far as visible. So we got a countdown timer at the top of the screen there. It's counting down. And it will indicate how long before our zombie spawns. So we got another, what, 10 seconds maybe? 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And there's our zombie, just as predicted. It looks like our original zombie is now out there. Oh, no, it's not our original zombie. It's all of the zombies. Because remember, we did spawn a new zombie for every window. Man, they are smashing through. Look at that. They are just pounding through our windows. We might actually have to up the durability of our windows a little more, because they're smashing through it awful quick. Look at that. They're smashing through in no time. No time at all. We're gonna have a fleet of zombies in here in like any moment. Let's shut that door. Oh, there's one window gone. And we're probably losing some more. Oh, that window's still intact. I don't think we had any windows in the bathroom, right? Nope. Okay. So, oh, they're inside. That's bad. Oh, this looks like a pretty safe haven there. We got a lot. Okay, so they're inside. Oh, run away. And the other zombies are kind of wandering around outside. I think they're also trying to find a way in, but haven't really been able to yet. Oh, the zombie smashed through, what, 4 of our windows? I can hear him smashing through another one. Okay. Yeah, he's smashing through that one. Oh, we got zombies wandering around our rooms. Cool. Alright. Good deal. Now, we have no way to defend ourselves, and we also have no way of repairing our windows, and that is a problem. Let's go ahead. You know, I think I put this in the wrong place. Now that I think about it. Because by putting it there, it's going to get in the way for when we want to repair our windows. Okay. Well, that should be relatively easy. Let's try sticking it outside. I guess I don't need to copy every single one. They're all the same thing. Alright, so let's put our triggers on the oops. Delete that one. On the outside of the windows. Delete all our interior triggers, because we're going to have to replace those with a system for repairing the windows. Because we do want to have our windows be repairable. Okay. Now, you might be asking, well, why don't you just put the view window right on top of the window itself? And yeah, that's a very good question. And the reason for that is, at this time, triggers can't connect to things that they're directly over top of. That's something I'm going to be fixing in the relatively near future, preferably before this upcoming release. But for the time being, they can't connect to an object or anything that's directly underneath them. Okay, so let's test that out. Let's see here. Okay, so we can see our window, and we can see our window. Okay, it makes it a little bit trickier to see what the status of our windows are. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but you know. Alright, so let's see. We have lots, and we're about to see zombies! The first wave! And they're smashing through already. Cool. I'm really glad that's working properly. Alright, so let's back out a little bit. So, now what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to add in a way for us to repair the windows as they're being damaged. And a very easy way for us to be able to do that is to make a use trigger on the inside of the walls. So on use, we're going to set life, and we'll set it to 100 relative. And we could check visible, but we really don't have to, because the not trigger is going to be showing the visibility, the health of each one of these windows anyway, so it's kind of superfluous. There's a word I don't get to use very often. Alright, so we put all those on the inside. There we go. That looks great. Just fantastic. Alright, and we're going to connect them to their corresponding windows. Like so. Alright, that's looking really good. Okay, so now when we play and we wander around, it's like, oh no, our windows. We can walk up and we can try and repair them, but objects cannot be given more health than they start with. So until they actually start getting damaged, we really can't help them, if you will. We can't repair them. Alright, so now we got zombies. Oh no, they're smashing through the windows. Now if we press use, look at that. Bam! We can repair it for 100 hit points. And it's going down. Bam! 970. 1,000. So we can sit here and just spam E or whatever and repair all of the windows. Let's see. And they're smashing through. Oh no, look, this one's getting smashed. Repair! Repair! Alright. How's that one? Oh, that one could use a little repair. How's that one? Oh, that one's getting smashed. Repair that one up. How's that window? That one's pretty good. Okay, so looking at the status of our windows, it's looking pretty good right now. Oh, that one's looking a little damaged. Let's go ahead and repair that up a bit. Repair that up a bit. Repair that one. Repair that one. Yeah, that's cool. That's a nifty mechanic. So we can now repair windows, you know, willy-nilly and all that kind of stuff to prevent the zombies from getting inside the house. Cool. I like it. Okay, so now what we need is, you know, something else, essentially. Because wandering around fixing windows is okay, but it's not particularly great as far as the game mechanic goes. So what we want to have is some limiting factors, I think. I think we want to have it so that it'll only repair if we have enough supplies. There we go. So let's make a supply box. Let's take and make a supply box. Where's my, there they are. Oops. Alright, let's go through our environmental objects. Why am I only seeing blood? Why do I only see blood? Why is there only blood? There should be a whole bunch of environmental objects. Where the heck are they? Oh, there they are. Oh, that's why. I'm just sitting here rotating the blood around. Okay, so let's see. We're going to make a good... Helps if I remember the controls to my own game, huh? Alright, let's figure out which one of these is a good-looking supply box. Yeah, that looks decent. Alright, so let's stick that there. We'll stick some supply boxes there. Okay. Let's see. Let's add some decoration to our house because it's looking kind of bland right now. Let's add, let's see, maybe a couple of flowers. Where's a couch? We need a couch. Couch. Here we go. Let's stick a couch up against the wall. And let's put some dining room stuff in here. I got a lot of industrial stuff. That's all I have for graphics. Well, mostly all I have for graphics right now is industrial stuff. But you know, we have kind of like a dinner table thing here. So that looks pretty decent. Let's see. We'll stick that in the middle. Let's see. Yeah. About there, I think. I'm actually not sure if there's enough room for the player to get around that. So let's try that. Let's hop in there and see. Cause oh, well, there's actually no collisions active right now. Okay, well that's easy. Okay. So let's take and oops. Where's my object? Okay. I can't seem to select it even. That's weird. There it goes. Okay. Huh, that's weird. That's an odd glitch. Okay. And I can't seem to select it to modify its properties. Normally I'm able to do that. And normally I'm also able to... Huh, that's weird. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that somehow. Oh well. But for now, I guess we'll just leave it as scenery. It's a little glitched right now, it looks like. But that's okay. So, let's see. Let's take... And, okay, so we're going to change this to a use. On use... Well, if we have it on use, then we can just grab as many supplies as we want. We don't really want to do that. we don't want to have the player be able to do that. So we're not going to have it actually do anything, but we're going to have some logic next to it that will. So if, alright, so let's name it a value. If, well, let's just call it supplies. If supplies is less than, how many supplies should we let the player have? 10? I don't know. No idea. It's going to just take some playtesting. Alright, so supplies, if that's less than 10, let's set supplies relative to plus 1. Okay, there we go. So, and actually I don't even need the plus there. I can just put 1, and that'll work just fine. Alright, so save that. Alright, so let's take and do that. Oops. Hang on. Why is that not working? Ah, look at that. That should have a connection, but it's not. Another glitch. Woohoo! Okay, well that's okay. What we can do is if supply, we can change this around. So we can set value if supplies are, okay, if supplies are greater than or equal to 10, then supplies equal 10. That'll put a barrier there. So that way, and actually I think that's how it's supposed to be. I don't think that's actually supposed to have an input. What are you connected to? You shouldn't be connected to anything. Huh. Weird. It must be looking at the table for some reason. Yeah, I think the collision box for the table is wrong. Anyway, so on use, we'll switch that. Now we can have use actually do something. Set value supplies to 1 relative. Ta-da! Okay, so that's going to work perfectly. But we do have one slight gameplay problem, and that is, you know, right now, oh no, I have no supply. I mean, I can wander around and activate stuff, or fix stuff. And that means that we need to have these check and see if they're active, or if supplies is, I should say actually, if the supplies is greater than 0. And then we'll, okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. So we're gonna, instead of having these set life, we're gonna delete these. And I will tell you why in just a minute. We're going to take and delete all of these, all of the repair window triggers, because we're going to be replacing them with something. Actually, I guess I didn't really need to delete them. I could just change their properties. Oh well, too late now. Anyway, so we're going to go to use, and we're not going to have it do anything. That's easy enough, right? Don't do anything. Paste those into all of their respective locations. And why is that not going to do anything? Well, because we're going to add some additional logic to this. We're going to set a AND trigger here, or excuse me, an if trigger, that if supplies is greater than 0, there we go, it's not going to do anything either, except send an activation signal. And what we're going to do is we're going to put an AND out here, and actually just for simplification purposes, let's see, and the event is going to, that's what's going to set life. Set life, what did we say, 100? Yeah. Alright, so this is going to, oh, hang on, let's see here. this trigger property set life. Okay, so because it's an AND, we're going to connect that. Now what's your problem? Oh, there's another glitch I didn't realize. Alright, let's pop in and pop back out. It's not letting me connect things. Okay, so there's another glitch. Man, I'm actually keeping a list of this stuff. Write that down. List of stuff that I need to fix in this version. There we go. Okay, so I know exactly what's causing that though. So we'll fix that in a minute. Actually, we probably won't fix that while on the air, just because. Oh, hey, no. Don't connect to that. I want you to connect to that. And yeah, definitely the collision box is way off for environmental objects. And I did just tweak some stuff with the environmental objects, so I'm not entirely surprised that it's not working. Okay, so now what we're going to have is that when it's used, it connects to the and if supplies are greater than 0. So if supplies are greater than 0 and use, then set life of the window to plus 100. Ta-da! Piece of cake. Excellent. So now all that we have to do is we need to duplicate that out to the other windows. That's not that much logic. So if I just copy these two triggers and paste them next to each one of these and then connect them to all of the various stuff. And I don't think I need to connect this, because this can just be a generic one. This could be essentially a logic web one. It could just be, I don't know, out here somewhere, just to simplify things so I don't have to copy so many triggers, because that's just going to be on regardless of the context. So if supplies is greater than 0, then it's going to be on. So we're going to attach that to this, and this is going to attach to this as well. So then we only have to copy this one and then connect it to this this one out here. This one is checking to see if we have supplies. Cool. That'll be good. All right. So let's take and copy this, and I don't know, for consistency's sake, let's stick it on the top / right side. On the bottom, top or bottom for that. Yeah, let's stick it on top. We're just going to stick it on top, except for the ones that are off to the side here. We're going to stick it, we stick it to the right? Yeah, let's stick it to the right. Consistency, people. It's a beautiful thing. Alright, so now what we're going to do, cancel. Okay. We're going to take and connect our spiderweb of logic once again. There we go. Okay. And then what we have to do is we have to connect the rest of our logic. Connect that to the window. Okay. Connect that to that. Connect that to the window. That to that. That to the AND gate. That to the window. AND gate to the window. Use trigger to the AND gate. Alright. Use trigger to the AND gate. And, cancel. AND gate to the window. Use trigger to the AND gate. AND gate to the window. It's a very visual form of essentially programming. I like it. I like it a lot. Connect that to the window. Connect that to the window. Alright, that connects to that. Okay, so now as long as our supplies are, I should say, as long as we have supplies, then, yeah, look at all that logic. Blam! Alright, as long as we have supplies, then we can repair our windows. But we also need some kind of an indication for the player to be able to see what the supplies are and what a supply level is. So we're going to switch this over to, or we're going to make a not trigger all the way out here and have it broadcast a message. Just a constant message. And that message is going to be supplies left. And then what we do is we put in brackets our variable name, supplies, and then the game will replace whatever's in those brackets with the variable that we have set. So now, when we hit play, oh, look at that, supplies left, missing value. Now there's a reason for that. And we're missing the value because we didn't actually give the player any supplies to start off with. So if I was to walk up here and now use it, there we go, look, ta-da, I'm getting supplies. Now I have 10 supplies, good for me. Whoa. Oh, look at that, I'm colliding with the invisible table. Or at least an invisible object of some kind. It's not quite a table. Alright, cool, so as long as our supplies are up, we can repair our windows. That's what we want. But there's also another problem. Something that we have to do. And that something that we have to do is we have to start subtracting from our supplies every time we repair the window. And that's actually really easy to do. We can just take and set the use triggers to do that for us. On use, set value, supplies, to -1 relative. Ta-da! Cool. Oh, all right. So let's do that for all of our interior uses, which means I'm gonna have to go through and delete them again. Oops, because I don't want to have to go through and configure that for every single one of these. So I'm gonna delete them again and then reconnect them. Kind of a pain, but you know what? That's what happens when you're just kind of designing on the fly. If you're designing on the fly, sometimes it's you have to replace stuff. Alright, so let's see. Paste that, paste that, paste that. Paste, 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 paste. And then reconnect them after we're done. Okay, so connect it to the AND gate. See, but fortunately all we have to do is just connect it to the AND gate. That's an easy thing to do. Connect to AND gate. Connect to the AND gate, 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 and connect to the AND gate. And then, oh yeah, these guys too. We definitely need these guys too. Okay. Alright, so now we've got that. One other thing that we're going to want to do is set up a level start trigger to set that initial value. Okay, so that way we don't see that missing value error. So let's set our supplies. Essentially, we're initializing our supplies value to 0, and that's on level start. So there we go. And that doesn't have to be connected to anything. It just hangs out there and does its own thing. So when we hit play, you're going to see supplies left 0 instead of supplies left missing value. So that's a good thing. All right, let's find our supply box. There's our supply box. Stoosh. There we go. Repair. Okay, so we can only collect 10 supplies, as you can see, because there we go. Alright. And see, we can use supplies on Windows right now, even if we don't have any damage to it. So now that's damaging. Alright, so let's repair it. Repair it. Repair it. Zombies are smashing through the room. Repair, repair, repair. And now we're out of supplies. And actually, if you notice, every time that we use this, we're actually going down in supplies. So we're going to have to add another essentially wall to prevent us from going negative supplies, because then that doesn't make any sense. We have negative supplies. Alright, so let's do that. Let's take and let's place the let's place it right next to the supplies. So if supplies is less than or equal to 0, set value supplies to 0. There. That way we can't go negative. Now let's try it again. Yeah, see. I'm trying to go negative, but it's not letting us. Which is good. That's important. Alright, so yeah, see, we got some collision errors here. Definitely got some collision errors. I'm gonna have to fix the environmental objects are broken again. That's what happens when I have a very dynamic system like that. Okay, so now we've got supplies and the zombies are attacking. We repair our windows. We're out of supplies. Okay, well, we definitely don't want that. So let's go back and grab more supplies. Alright, go back and repair our windows. Besides that adds a little bit of strategy. Yeah, we only have so many supplies. So, like this. Hang on. Let's go over here. Oh, we need to fix that window up really quick. Oh no, we're out of supplies again. Okay, quick, run! Grab more supplies. Oh no, they're busting through the window over here. Alright, repair, repair, repair. Yeah. Fill up on supplies again. Give me my supplies. Repair, repair, repair. Okay, so yeah, now we have a... Oh no. I blew through my supplies too quickly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We might want to give ourselves some more supplies to be able to carry around. 9, 10. Yep. Grab our supplies. Run into our invisible walls. That's never a good thing. Is this one broken? Nope. It's about to be though. Oh, they smashed through. Ow. Fix it. Now there's a zombie in the room. So now we have to watch out for a zombie while we're trying to get our supplies and get our stuff. That's not good. Can I maybe, let's see, maybe I can sneak. Ah! Closed him in a door. Technically the doors aren't supposed to be able to do that. They're supposed to not be able to open. But you know what? In this case, I'm not complaining. Alright, we got windows busting all over the place. I don't think anybody's actually attacking the garage, but I haven't looked yet, so... Yeah, not really. They're all just kind of condensed down into the main area, which is cool. Okay, so we got one zombie kind of trapped in a door, so, you know, that's good. Oh. Repair. Okay, we're out of supplies. Okay. Oh, jeez, they're gonna get in. Oh! Oh, no! I'm out of supplies again. Supplies. Quickly, 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 quickly. Get out of my way, invisible wall. Alright, so, yes. Okay, so now we have a, oh crap, he's gonna bust through there. So now we kind of have a functional system here. That's good. Right now we don't have any way of defending ourselves. Oh, great. Nope. I'm just going to shut that door. Forget that window. Forget that window. And zombies just wandering off in the sunset. Bye. Okay, so we're almost out of supplies again. I like that. That is cool. I'm enjoying this. I am thoroughly enjoying this. Okay. So now, yeah. Alright, so from scratch we basically just created like a zombie survival mode. Where we have to collect supplies and run around and repair our windows and hopefully try not to die. And if the zombies get in, well, close the door on their faces and try not to die. Can we outlast the zombies? No, we don't. The one thing we have not yet done. Hey, get out of my way, stupid plant. Uh-oh, out of supplies. The one thing that we have not yet done is we only have one of the zombie spawners on a respawn cycle, so it's only feeding one extra zombie to us every 30 seconds. Instead of having all of them do it, which is probably a pretty good thing, because with no way to defend ourselves and no way to kill the zombies, we would just end up with a massive zombie horde outside that, you know, we would just totally eat our face. So, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But, yeah, there we go. We have a level. Now, of course, we could do some fun stuff with it. Like, for example, let's add some guns. Let's add a shotgun. Let's stick a shotgun in the garage. Let's stick a shotgun in the garage. And let's have that shotgun have, oh, I don't know, 4,000 ammo? Yeah, that sounds about good. I mean, you know, the average person keeps about 4,000 shotgun rounds in their garage, right? Yeah, that's not just me. Alright, so we're going to grab our supplies. We have about 30 seconds until zombies attack. Alright, we got our shotgun. Ready to bust it out. And let's see. Oh, stupid. I hate that plant. I have to do something about that real soon. Oh yeah, so we're waiting. Here comes the zombie. And boom! Alright, killed that zombie. Where they at? Where they at? Oh yeah. No, out. Stay out. Boom, boom! I don't feel so bad. Like, I don't feel as vulnerable because, yeah, I just blast the zombie's face. They're trying to get in? Well, too bad. What's up? Trying to get in here? No. I refuse to let you in here. Ain't no zombies going to my house. Boom! I think they're busting into this window. Yeah. Not for long. Boom! Yeah. Oh, I'm out of supplies. I better go grab some more. So that definitely changes the dynamic. And if you give yourself weapons like this, now we're definitely going to need some more zombies to start spawning in. Otherwise, you know, what's the point? Oh, there's the zombie there. Where's the zombie? There he is. Yeah. Oh, out of supplies. Boom! Yeah, there we go. Alright. Cool. I like how that works. That works just fantastic. Just fantastic. Hey. Oh, I'm out of supplies. Okay, cool. Well, there we have it. We have a basic level that lets us wander around and try and survive a zombie assault. One of the things that we could continue from here is copy out these uh, spawn cyclers and connect them to all of the rest of these, and have it so that just have waves of zombies coming in, and then of course something else that we can do is we could have instead of having the shotgun inside of here, we could put the shotgun in its own little box like this and set a spawn trigger and have it so that it spawns ammo or spawns a weapon every time that the zombie waves cycle through. So you get zombie wave cycles through and you get another 10 rounds of ammo or whatever like that. Of course, you're going to want to not have 4,000 ammo, but it's all up to you, the level designer, to be able to figure out whatever it is that you want to put. You can put into the game, and we could also have some fun stuff like having additional messages. For example, let's do that one. I'll just stick this one in here. You have location-based messages as well. So if our supplies are out, so if our supplies are less than or equal to 0, then we're going to show a message, and we're going to show the message, oh no, I'm out of supplies. I need to go back to the dining room and grab more from my supply box. Or something. Yeah, I'm just jabbering away at that point. But then what we do is we connect that to our player object, and then if we were to play it, oh no, I'm out of supplies. I need to go back to the dining room and grab more from my supply box. And that's going to hang out for a little while, and then that should disappear here soon. Should, in theory. Or maybe it doesn't. No, yep, it would. Yep, it won't. Not until we get more supplies. Because it's a constant. The if is constant, so it'll keep that message constant. Now we can do some fancy logic trickery and have it set up so that, if it equals 0, then set a timer so that the message is only displayed for a little while instead of for the whole time. But see, if I'm out of supplies, repairing, oh no, I'm out of supplies. I need to go back to the supply box. That's a giant message box, you can just have it a lot simpler and have it just say something like, oh no, I'm out of supplies, or something. But, again, it's all up to the developer, the person who's making the level. Get my 4,000 round shotgun. Skadoosh! Yeah! Alright. Well, I think that's about all I'm going to do for this level, and all I'm going to do for this stream today. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours, which is a long time. But that's okay. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know I did, and I'm very much thinking I'm going to continue doing this. So it's going to be something that I'm going to probably do every Thursday or so, because that's when I have the... Ow! Oh, jeez. Hang on. Run away! Jabbering, not paying attention to the fact that the zombies are breaking in my... Oh. Ah, it killed me. Alright, so on death, like this, I'm dead. It just respawns me back over here. But unfortunately, because our shotgun's a one-time thing, it doesn't respawn me with a shot. It respawns me with a shotgun, but it doesn't respawn me with any ammo. Alright. And let's see. So one thing that we can do, actually, one last thing, is create a destruction trigger. Because we've got 10 minutes left till we hit 2 hours. Why not? So, destruction trigger. On destruction, we're going to end the level. And it'll just return to the main menu instead of going to another level. We'll have the failure checkbox because we definitely won't succeed if we get our face eaten by zombies. So I'm going to have it, oh noes, the zoms got inside. Zoms got inside. and ated your face. You are dead. Okay. And we'll fire that up. Did I actually? Did I attach that to something? I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't, and that just crashed it. Haha. That definitely needs. It's a destruction trigger. It has to be attached to something. Load it up again. That's a check that I'm going to have to do. Alright, let's load the level. Ta-da! And let's see, let's attach that to our player object. That's a black line to indicate that that's connected to the player, and that on the player's destruction, it's going to do its thing. In theory. Well, apparently that trigger's broken. I thought that that one was working properly, but apparently it's not. That's interesting. Alright, well, there's another thing I'm going to have to fix. Mark that down on the list. Alright, well, I suppose that's a good enough place to stop. Next week, if I'm going to be doing this on a regular basis, which I think I'm going to, because this was fun. Next week, I'm going to probably have shored up a lot of the bugs that we went over today and discovered. And I'm going to probably demonstrate some of the other fun trickeries that we can do with all of the trigger systems. Hopefully by next week, I will have a version of this released. As you can see, with it being a few bugs here and there, there's some cleaning up that I have to do before I can put it out there. I don't want it to be crashing on players all the time. So I'm going to fix all the bugs that we found today, hopefully, and probably get it released next week. Not 100% sure on that, things happen, but that's what I'm going to push for. And then next week I'll make another level, and we'll go through more of the trigger types, and have a good time doing it. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, maybe do some more with this level. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, well, thank you all for watching. Very much appreciate it. I hope you had a good time listening to me blather on for 2 hours. And hope to see you next time.